My love language is quality time, followed by touch. However, what I've noticed about myself is that I show love through the act of giving gifts and then touch. um, but quality time is how I like to receive, and then giving gifts is how I like to show love. That's what I've realized about myself. And my whole life, I have given gifts. Like, that's just, I'm notorious for giving gifts. And it's just something that brings me joy to see that I'm bringing other people joy. A lot of times I like to make packages and send them out to people when it's not even their birthday. Or I just find random things like at a thrift store or even in my own closet. Like, this belongs to so and so. I don't need to keep this anymore. I want them to have it. And just the act of giving something to someone because I was thinking of them. And it's just, I don't know, it brings me so much joy, and it brings them joy, and everyone's winning. And a couple years ago, actually more than long time ago, I was at my best friend's house, and I was in her room, and I looked and in her room, and I realized that there are all these tokens that I had given her. Like, oh, I gave that to her on her birthday and Christmas, and a random gift, another random gift, and all these memories in these tokens. And it was then that it hit me. It just hit me that I realized how there are more layers to the act of giving than I had actually realized. Okay, hear me out. I love to give because I love to show affection in this way. However, what I realized is that when someone takes this thing and they have it, it's a memory of that person that gave it to you, right? So it's almost like this mild subconscious manipulation of plugging yourself into that person's life so that every time they see that item, they're going to think of you, right? So it's almost like this, it's not like an agenda, but it's almost like I am giving this to you because I want you to see this. And when you see this, then you will think of me, and you'll think of love, and you'll keep the thought of me alive, right? It's such an interesting phenomenon when I realized that I was making sure that this person doesn't forget me, that they see me as well. That's how I receive back from the act of giving. Because you have to, when you give, you have to receive, and when you receive, you have to give. Like, it's part of that. And I know that sometimes when I receive gifts from people, I get a little jolted, like, oh, this is a lot. This is what it feels like when I give gifts to people. Whoa, this is a lot. Like, when it's giving, it's not such it's like, here, but when you receive, you're like, whoa, am I worthy? Do I deserve this? Like, this is a lot. Like, why are you giving this to me? So I'm bringing this up because I just wanted to speak to the fact that when we do something, there are lots of reasons why we do it, and maybe to think about all the levels of why we're doing it. Because me giving a gift, I'm realizing, isn't just so much that I want this person to have this thing. It's also because, I want them to think of me and see me and know that I'm here. I want to connect. So I'm giving you this token to connect. It's almost like an offering right here. You might not have time to go out for tea. You might not have time for a phone call, but you do have the time to think of me when you see that. And that active energy of thinking of someone is serving me in some weird way. So just think about what you do and why you do it, and especially when it comes to active giving, what is your real intention? Like, what drives you to do that? Why are you motivated to give this gift to a person? Because it's not just always the act of giving and showing love. It's also the act of, I want to connect. I want you to know I'm here for you. I want you to know that I see you and I love you, and I want that back from you. Hence, I wouldn't be giving this to you, right? So, it's all done in love, but also just be more mindful of why you're giving.